Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Warframe Solo Journey. In the last episode we went over how endless missions work, and now we have a better understanding how the rewards are distributed upon you. We also went over some of the Earth's more hidden rewards, like Kome for example here. Now since then I have not done very much in terms of something like special. I have been going through my Venus junction, Venus nodes especially. First one here is E-Gate, it's an exterminate mission, it's really quick, you just follow the red markers and kill all the enemies off. And after that we just have the Fortuna and Orb Valleys, which we need to complete a quest for another amazing quest. This is much like Saya's Vigil. It's a rather quick one, and this time it's called Vox Solaris. In this quest we help Eudiko get her balls together and step up against the Corpus Overlord called Nefanyo. After that quest we have made our quick way towards Fossa Node. It's an assassination mission. Here you need to kill Jackal, which is the first boss that we really have access to. And the junction requirements also include killing Jackal and crafting some of the Warframe pieces that he drops. And yes, that's right, Warframes are all mostly farmed from bosses. You don't need to buy them from the market for platinum. And Jackal over here drops us Rhino, which is a great starter frame for tanking a bunch of enemies. He doesn't scale that well into the late game. Well, he does, but there are better options late game. But it's a fine choice early on, if you wanna get there first. The tankiness mostly comes from his second ability, which gives you Overguard, which is a type of a shield in this game that scales with ability strength and, more importantly, the damage enemies deal to you in that short period. The ability itself gives you a small 3-second invulnerability period, and any damage done to you in that time frame gets added to the shield amount. So the proper way to utilize Rhino's tankiness is to jump straight into a cluster of enemies and press 2. Other than that, Rhino also provides damage boost in his third ability. His 1 and 4 aren't really that much used, at least by me, but his 4 can be useful if you wanna make a big cluster of enemies stand still, as it locks them up in the air. It's an amazing AoE crowd control ability. So that's why we're getting Rhino now, but don't worry, he won't be all that we're gonna be using for this playthrough. There's gonna be plenty of frames to choose from later down the line. We just use Rhino to get that ball rolling. After that we have managed to get ourselves onto Mercury, and we didn't even complete a single mission here. All I did was the once away quest to progress to the next junction. This will happen quite a bit, as DE has made the star chart progression very one-dimensional with the recent updates. For example, Phobos and Ceres are both essentially useless to us, as Phobos only gives us access to 3 missions in the Void and that's it. And Ceres doesn't even go anywhere at all. Phobos gives us mag Warframe blueprints though, and Ceres gives Frost, but neither of those are really in our interest zone as of now. Mainly because they take too much investment to get good results from, as both frames benefit very largely from their syndicate mods, which are these special mods sold by different syndicates. Speaking of that, for this playthrough I have chosen to advance both Red Veil and Steel Meridian for now, as they will give me access to the mods that I feel like I'll need the most for now, Nova and Necros. But if I truly want to master this game, I'm going to need to level up every syndicate over the next few years anyways. With the once away quest completed, we are on our way to the Mars junction on Earth now. This one has some long-lasting rewards, mainly from the Void Relic segment. Relics won't be too important to us as of yet, but I have a feeling they will play a bigger part later down the line. If nothing else, relics gives us access to Forma, which we will need a lot of during our Warframe journey. For starters, it will unlock some huge upgrades as it's needed for building a dojo or our clan. As far as I know, every room in the dojo requires forma to be built. Other than that, apart from some minor uses in blueprints crafting, forma is mostly used for polarizing equipment. This will be another big upgrade down the line if we can get the ball rolling for it. The problem with forma, however, is that building it takes 23 hours. And you can go through a week's worth of forma in an hour or two. Luckily, our account restrictions only say that we can't buy stuff from others, but we are free to sell the stuff that we gathered ourselves. So that means theoretically we can do the usual platinum farming methods and just outright buy forma off the market in the future. But that's very much into the future, like 6 months at least until we can do this reliably. Apart from that, we are starting to unlock some more mods. I'll quickly go over some of the more basics here and explain the choices I've made. On our Warframe, we want to at least equip Vitality at all times. This is due to the fact that health is generally more useful to upkeep than shields. There are some damage types we can encounter that go past our shields and straight to our health, so keeping high HP can help us survive those types of enemies. If you have room for it, slap the redirection on as well to keep yourself nice and healthy. Other than that, at this point in the game we don't have access to that many mods, so if you have those, put on all of the base stat increase mods. I'm talking about Stretch, Intensify, Streamline and Continuity. They don't have to be at max rank yet, ranks 2 or 3 will do for now. But remember, always keep upping core mods instead of slapping on more mods. For our Volt here, you can count anything as core really. He likes all of the stats. Range might be a bit more useless for us right now, since we cannot reliably get energy to keep casting our ultimate ability. You should try and get Vitality and Redirection to rank 5 as soon as possible though. Going past that isn't really needed for now. For our primary weapons, which mostly will include rifles for now, shotguns will come later. We have a really basic modding setup here. We have Serration, Point Strike, Stormbringer and Infected Clip. That last one you might not have yet, as it will drop from Corpus enemies over time, but nothing's broken if you can only slot in Stormbringer for now. Against the Corpus enemies themselves, you wanna use Magnetic Combo anyways, which comes from the Stormbringer plus Cryo rounds, which we already have. As with Vitality before, try and get Serration to rank 5 at least, as this will be put on every single rifle we ever come across. Now secondaries. They are oftentimes left behind and walk in the shade of both primaries and melee weapons, and unfortunately it will be the case for me as well. Secondary mods just seemed a lot harder to get, and I always feel like I'm missing them. They will get better over time though, as we go deeper into the game. For now we can slap on Hornet Strike and Heated Charge. It won't be pretty, but it will get us through. And now melees. These are usually early game bread and butter, as they are fairly easy to mod and most of the mods are really cheap to level up. For example, Serration here has 10 ranks and it costs a whopping 20,000 endo to max level, whereas the melee equivalent Pressure Point only has 5 levels, which in total costs 310 endo. For all the math enthusiasts out there, that's a 99% discount for a similar power level. Melee mods are also somewhat easier to acquire. As we talked about last episode, spy missions will give us 2 very good mods to start off with, Vicious Frost and Volcanic Edge. Combined, they give us the blast element, which can help with dealing some sort of AoE damage in the early days, but it also boosts our status chance tremendously, whereas usually it's quite hard to do that early on. So that makes up our core modding for now. Pressure Point, Vicious Frost and Volcanic Edge. If you get room left over, you can slap on Fury as well to boost that attack speed a little bit. If you hold on to these setups and keep upgrading the mods in them, as you get more endo, You should be on a good track to completing the first half of the star chart, so up to Saturn. After that, we will start making some changes to our loadout to better take advantage of some of the quest rewards, so keep an eye out for that episode in the future. For now, this will be where we leave off for today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video, but only if you liked it. I'll see you all in the next one.